My child is just 17 years old. Is it a good idea whether I should send my child abroad for undergrad or postgrad? So this is one question parents are always talking, ma'am, tell us, is it a good idea to send in undergrad after class 12th, or should we wait, get the graduation done here in the country and send for PGs or a grad school? So please help us here. Thank you.
I think it's honestly a little bit of a personal decision, and there are multiple factors involved. What are your goals, and whether you think those goals can be achieved in India, and what is the right timing for you to be able to go to the U.S. or another country to be able to kind of be able to do what you want to do. I'm a little biased. I think undergrad is a stage where you actually start to develop a lot of your fundamentals. And given that, I think it's a really good idea to go in as an undergrad if you can, because it really changes you as a person, right? At that point in time, you're very impressionable. You basically can get to know and mix with a lot of the students from around the world. Really meet a lot of diverse people. The other thing to note is undergrads are usually dorms where living with people, and at least for Stanford. Stanford basically guarantees you. So we have 4 years of guaranteed housing for undergrads, and so you will be living with other undergrads guaranteed. For grads, you basically get your own apartments, and so the opportunity for you to meet other people in dorms that actually kind of decreases a little bit. So when I was a grad at Stanford. It kind of was helpful that I knew a lot of people already, but the people that I would actually hang out with were basically all the people from my undergrad, and I often would hear from other grad students that they found it kind of a little bit more challenging to find a community. So from that perspective, I think if it's possible, I think it's good to go in as an undergrad, both from a community / socialization perspective, but also from just an overall academic and growing as a person perspective, where you can start to really start to develop your fundamentals in a way that are more in line with how the U.S. works and how the U.S. education system works, which I also think in general, to be honest, and I'm biased, of course, is also in some sense really how kind of how it should be in terms of you being in charge of really thinking through how you want to live your life, and what do you want to do in your life. There was a course that I took around Design Your Life, which is a design school course, which is all about this. This is 10 quarters of really thinking through, what are your values, and what is important to you, what are your priorities, and this goes beyond academics, right? Where do you see yourself in 10 years or 20 years? Write a letter to yourself. A lot of these are really important exercises, the way they actually help you approach them, that I think they bring a lot of clarity for you as a person, that I think it's useful to go in earlier, sooner than later.
Perfect.